Live from Brooklyn, New York, it is Stay Busy with Armand Sadler. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Stay Busy with Armand Sadler, where we have responsible discussions on the music business and the music culture. I am your host, Armand Sadler, a.k.a. Vegan Chorizo Papi, a.k.a. founder of Bald Nigga Ballers, dubbed the Bifocal Baron by Nick a couple months ago.
That's right.
Bifocal Baron is back. And yeah, my life is as shiny as my bald head, so I'm feeling pretty good, man.
I'm about to say, you looking real tax refunded.
You know,
you looking replenished, brother.
Feeling a little rich this week.
I feel that. What's up, y'all? Nick Early, executive producer and co-host, and Stay Busy, sipping on some amazing blood orange juice. If y'all ain't never had blood orange juice, get involved and get activated, because this is making me feel real good right now. So love yourselves.
Yeah.
Straight up.
It is the final week of Busy Black Business Month, so if you have any businesses that you would like to see highlighted, feel free to DM or email us at staybusypod@gmail.com in order to do so. Black brands, black companies, whether it's your favorite, whether you own it, we want to highlight all of them. Thank you to Jermaine Weeks from Lips Cafe for joining us last week for an incredible episode. If you all have not been to Lips, pull up to 1412 Nostrand Avenue in East Flatbush. You actually went.
I did go this week, but you weren't there, Jermaine, but I did end up having the ginger sorrel lemonade. Wow. 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 Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I can't wait to go myself. Make sure you tune into all of our Busy Sessions and YouTube shorts. We recently released episode 4 of Busy Sessions featuring poet Rush the Mic. He smoked his performance. We played a fun game of Rush the Bars. It is a conversation that you don't want to miss. Of course, shout out to our VP of everything, the man that you cannot see but you can feel, Kieran Hurley, always holding it down. But as I said, we are here for Busy Black Business Month and ending the month off with someone special. So this week we're joined by yet another black entrepreneur who is the owner and creator of a place near and dear to our hearts because we're sitting in it. This man is the owner and CEO of the HMD Studio, hosting podcasts such as the Need to Know podcast, where he is a new co-host, On the Radar, Rap Clout, See the Thing Is, and of course, us, Stay Busy.
That's right.
He's an artist who can rap as well as he sings and has toured the country. You might have heard songs Boys Don't Cry, Better, Popular recently, along with his major tracks Homewrecker, Temperature, and Take Me Serious. Additionally, he's not afraid to use his talents to provide us some humor through TikTok and IG Reels. Hey, man. He's got a Wikipedia page, so you know it's pretty serious. Gearing up for his next project, Boys Don't Cry. Joining us, Devvon Terrell. How you feeling, my brother?
Yes,
I feel great.
Yes.
I've been waiting for my invite for mad long.
Oh man,
It always comes at the right time.
Yeah.
It's
It's perfect. It's actually freaking perfect. It was perfect. It's perfect time.
Love it.
Yeah.
good to see you, my brother. Look,
Same.
you styling him.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. I'm trying to match y'all. Make
I
sure
love it.
it just felt like the right vibe for the for this couch and this
Absolutely.
vibe. I've never sat here.
My brother got all his hair.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You listen, all y'all, if you got hair, use it while you can. It doesn't last. Do
26 and balls.
There you go. Have fun.
Oh, good.
Thank you for joining us, man.
No doubt.
And thank you to our listeners tapped in. Whether you like Let Me Love You or Crying Out For Me, Nights or Godspeed, Cheesecake or Souffle, Table Service or Buffet. So, Devvon, Let Me Love You or Crying Out For Me, Mario Records.
If I had to choose between the two,
Yeah. Is it?
I'm a little biased because Let Me Love You is written by my favorite songwriter.
Yep.
So I'm
Mine
sorry.
too.
It's like the combination of of a lot of things. So yeah, I'm biased. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Let Me Love You for me as well.
Yeah, heck yeah. But I understand your other side of it and stuff like that. But Let Me Love You is just culturally for me, like finding out that that Neo wrote that
Yeah, man.
was just like
game changer.
like what? He wrote so many records in that time span on top of his own stuff. So that record just
That boy was
just adds
working.
to his
Yeah, man.
yeah.
That boy was working.
Neil's
Heck
a gem. I think I'm a crying out for me guy.
Okay.
I think so.
Really?
I think so. I don't know. Especially Lil Wayne did the remix to it. The other day, what you doing? Like the whole conversation in the verse.
Just feeling it.
Wayne is great, man.
I feel that.
That was a classic record. Like I remember that. I remember driving around listening to that and just being like, "Yo, what is this?"
It was like 2008, I think.
Yeah, that's old.
Yeah, we old, bro.
I'm old. That part. I said driving in 2008.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Think about it.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah! Wow.
I think I was in 8th grade.
I did not. I didn't put that together.
I know. No one puts these things together when I say them. Yeah, but when you think about it, you're like, "Yo, what?"
Hey, Black Don't Crack though. Here we go.
Hey man, you look good. You look good. Nights or Godspeed? Frank Ocean Records.
Nights or Godspeed? I think it's probably gonna be Godspeed.
Yeah. Wow.
I think it's probably gonna be Godspeed.
Yeah, it's powerful. I love that word too. Godspeed is such a cool word to me.
It stands out a little bit more to you.
It's such a cool word.
I'm a sucker for like cool words
and cool words and cool song titles, but just the way he used it, and it's like a really powerful song too.
I will always love you. He's spazzed.
How I do? Crazy. Come on, I let go of a prayer for you. I had it, but I let it go.
That's such a let go of a Frank is. He's special.
It's like a very conversational way to say like you pray for somebody.
Yeah.
Right. I let go of a prayer. Like I let one out for you.
Very interesting way he writes. Like he has a very interesting. Like I like Frank because I like writers that write very unorthodox.
Yes.
Where it's like certain lines are not typical. It's like you decided to say it odd and it stuck with me.
It works.
On purpose. Almost on purpose. Because it's like you know where people would go.
Right.
But he's like, I know where y'all go. I'm gonna just be right here.
Right here.
Just right here.
Right.
Just
And that's when you identify like the genius in somebody's writing.
Right.
Like,
Of course.
Sure. Yeah. Love Frank.
Cheesecake or souffle? I've never had souffle, so I gotta go with cheesecake by default.
It's normal. I'm a cheesecake guy.
I'm gonna piss you up. I hate cheesecake so much.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm from New York.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll take a souffle, whatever a souffle is. I'll take
What's
a
that
Wow.
spot? Junior's Cheesecake?
Junior's.
You
Yeah,
ever been to Junior's?
bro, I've hated it.
Wow.
Let me not say I hate Junior's
Dang.
Cheesecake if I'm from New York and I don't want that on record.
Yeah.
Weird. But I come for you. Right. I just don't like cheesecake.
Okay.
I've always just never liked cheesecake. Like I don't like cheesecake. Like,
Are you
I
a
hate it.
texture person?
I think it's just it's the smell, it's the texture of it, and it's like just the whole like it's just something. It don't taste good to me. It tastes like feet.
Do
Am I
not
bugging?
taste like
No, Malone.
cheesecake. Do not taste like feet.
A little.
There's somebody nodding with you. They're just not
Yes,
here right
exactly.
now. Maybe.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I know. It's okay.
I love a good
On
cheesecake.
the island alone. It's okay.
Yeah, cheesecake is elite. Table service or buffet?
Bro, it really depends. Like, I just think of my dad when I think of buffets. He hates buffets. 'Cause
Really?
I've seen some egregious activity at buffets.
I mean, yeah, people be wild.
I mean, egregious
Lobsters,
activity.
you supposed to go for the lobster.
What?
That's the way to. That's the way to beat the. Yo, I'm so hood. That's the way to beat the buffet. Like that's what they always say is go for the seafood because that's how you get the most bang for your buck. So that's the game. So that's why they put out the seafood real slow, like and stuff like that. But I am kind of in between because I am a big fan of Fogo de Chao. Where
But it's like churrascarias are though like it's kind of like what's the dim sum where they kind of bring the carts.
Yeah.
So it's managed.
it's managed, right? But then you can go to the salad bar and get some rice and salad.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
make my stuff so that like balance is the best. That makes it the best for me.
Fire,
It's like
yeah.
a in between. And Mongolian grill is ill too. Like
I
some
love
different
that.
cuisine. You know what I
I
mean?
love
Like
that.
just some
Oh, no.
different stuff.
Listen,
like, yeah.
I'm with you.
You foodie?
I eat.
I'm a foodie.
I eat. We'll talk.
This is fake. This is fake a food podcast.
Okay.
Like,
It's our sub like culture of the pod. It's like we really talk about food.
I'm
Like
a foodie, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I'm
Bet.
a foodie, bro.
we're gonna get into it.
I think I'm a buffet guy just because I like to pick the portions myself.
I get
like
it.
I like that autonomy.
Okay.
Makes you feel very
I
independent.
have agency at a buffet.
Right. He said I don't have self control.
And having to get up and walk, helps the digestion. It's good for the cardio.
Oh,
all
look
that.
at that.
Oh my
You know
god!
what I'm
Not
saying?
the cardio,
Cardio, buffet
the
is
wrist
crazy.
exercises with the
Hey, brother,
tongs.
hey, look, you feel me?
But that's actually what I was meaning earlier when I said like crazy behavior at buffets. It's just the unsanitary nature.
be
of it.
wildin', dog.
That's what I meant. It's like people be wilding out in buffets. Like the fight videos be at buffets,
Yeah.
or they be at Seafood City in City Island.
Oh my god, bro! I haven't gone there since I was a kid. Just because I see when they started throwing the chairs at each other out there.
Bruh.
If you from New York, you know. If
Wow.
you know.
No.
But
Shout out
you
my
know,
ex girlfriend who took me there for the first time.
She
But-
tried to kill you. She was trying to kill you. She was trying to get you lying.
oh my god.
Let's jump jump into this chat. So this week, there were some updates on the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion case. It was reported by DJ Akademiks, who thinks he's a credited journalist, that there was no DNA found on the weapon, and that report was quickly eradicated because it was false. The little thing hadn't even happened yet, the hearing or whatever, and there was some back and forth between Meg and Tory on Twitter and Akademiks and Meg. And let's first address the Akademiks part of this situation. You are the reason that people think journalism is dead. You are a poisonous, cancerous being within what I do. It is extremely frustrating to see the way you operate. And granted, he's built a huge platform for himself, making a lot of money, all that stuff, great. But to participate in such in a case that it's very serious, and to be putting things out that aren't true and thinking that you're credible and all that, it's frustrating to me. It's very annoying. I would prefer that you don't engage in this stuff, but you choose to, and there are people who swear by what you say. I just think you're really lame, especially coming at Meg, bro. Like, it's why? That really bothered me about the situation. I don't know if y'all have thoughts.
Wow.
On Akademiks.
I mean, that was some thoughts there. Wow. I felt like the little quick pause and reflect, in church, you're like, the pastor says something. I'm gonna go over here to the other side. He's like, oh, I gotta feel that. No, I think from one side of it too, it's like, like the people, just why are people talking on stuff you don't know? That's just in general. But I've never really thought that much of him. Like I let him rock. I just let him be doing what he's doing.
I think for me personally, I've always seen DJ Akademiks as an entertainer.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure that there's some people that get their news from him and stuff like that. Of course,
entertainment news, which is fine.
Right? It's E news to me. Like you said, he has created a huge platform for himself. He has a certain audience that he obviously feeds, and I think that in that regard, he's doing his job on that side.
Precisely,
but at the same time, I will say, and let me give a disclaimer, I am not a journalist. So of course I can't speak from a place of hey, what is this actually? I've never really analyzed it like that. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh wow, how do journalists feel about the DJ Akademiks or the Vlads or any of that stuff? So everybody's entitled to their opinion and stuff like that. And I'm not of that world, but nonetheless, I could understand. You know, where you might have some reservations and some issues with things. Yeah,
because there's a certain responsibility that we have in what we do. We have to report proper things. We have to report the facts. And obviously these days with social media, salacious news and rumors and theories and all that, those cycle more than the truth, which is very frustrating, because as a result of him saying that, there were people on social media taking victory laps like, Tory ain't do it, it's lit, let's his music, blah, 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 Kehlani put him back on the record, JoJo put him back on the record. And it's like, and there are people who were like that from the beginning with the situation, people who didn't believe Meg and have been riding with Tory and enjoying his music and all that. From a music standpoint, I don't listen to him anymore. It was very easy to stop listening to him. For other people, that's not the case. So if you enjoy the music, fine, cool, do your thing. With regards to this case, until we know what really happened, until things are verified, until what's the ruling comes out, I don't understand why people are so intent on defending him and being on his side. It's really strange. It's because we preach protect black women so often, and then immediately it's nah, it didn't happen. It's a glass in her foot. Nah, Tory wouldn't do that. She was mad. She was fighting him. He was fucking her best friend. All this. It's like it's very weird. It's very weird, man. Yeah. So I was in a couple group chats too with people where they were excited, oh, he's free, it was a head scratcher for me, man.
Is it troubling to you how much information we get on this case? How much things get tossed in the air? Yeah. That confuses me. Yeah. I'll be very honest. It confuses the hell out of me. Yeah. So for me, not even saying, oh, it's hard for me to formulate an opinion, because at the end of the day, you're absolutely right. We should be protecting women, black women, and everything like that. at the same time, I do hear the mob, and I say, well, what is this? Am I being lied to?
Right.
I can't discern from the truth at
Yes.
all, and that bothers me as a person that thinks logically. That bothers me, and I can't figure out what it is. So for me, I've turned it down, and I say, you know what? It's the cops and the professionals are all handling this, and the truth will come out in court, and I will find out then.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with
Yeah.
it, because it's just like I'm just sick of the noise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure Meg is tired of it, and I'm sure all parties are involved that are tired of it. So for me, it's just like I'm just trying to figure out what's the truth, like what's happening.
I'm ready for the ruling.
For the
Like,
ending.
let's
Yeah,
get this
like,
out
I
so
just-
we can.
Yeah.
I want to read the transcript of the
Yeah.
court case. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Let me see
what
the evidence.
stenographer had to
and-
say.
Yeah,
You
I
know
just
what
want
I'm
to.
saying?
Yeah, I just want to know.
100%.
Yeah, I just want to know.
And that's the nature of, this involving celebrities, is it's going to be in the public eye. It's going to be different reports coming out. There's going to be opinions that we don't need. And that's, that's the really annoying part. But I think a lot of people also don't realize, like, litigation takes a while. It's not something
it's a
that
process.
it's not something that happens fast. Like,
Yes.
you watch Law and Order, but like stuff don't be
Yeah.
happening as fast as it
Yeah.
does in Law and Order.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an exhausting situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really all I got. Like, I'm on her side. Obviously there's some things that came out that may look like something else happened, like a bunch of different. I don't know. So until we know, I'm riding with Meg, because I don't feel like she would have to lie about that ultimately.
Right,
but
it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. So
I don't get it. I don't get it. But you know what? Let the courts. It's in the litigation. She has lawyers doing this
Precisely.
and working for her, so everything will come out in court, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's it.
Let's get into some new music. Kehlani dropped a single this week, Little Story. How we feeling about it?
I enjoyed it. I feel like she's leaning into this new era where she's experimenting a lot more, trying new things. I like that for her personally, because I'm like, I want to hear something new. I want the next iteration. I love that about artists. It's like, take me on your journey. Show me that you can't be put in a box. Take me to the next level. So I'm excited for her. The visuals was on point. She's getting more in that bag too, connecting her visuals to her songs.
Okay.
She directed, I think, this video as well. So she's
been directing most of her stuff.
I'm enjoying that for her.
She has this odd, and I could be so off, but she gives me the same, like, the way she moves, minus all the BS, is like this Chris Brown vibe. Like,
interesting.
And I say that in the sense of, like, she'll give us the visuals. Like, she just culturally, she just works for me. Tatted. Like, she gives me a Chris Brown vibe in, like, a grow way. And I'm not trying to minimalize her as a woman.
Right.
I'm just saying, I'm just comparing it to, I would have compared it to anybody.
Right.
But she gives me that vibe for some reason. The way she rolls out, the way she comes out, and the way she does it. She sings, like, on that level.
It's the swag.
Yeah, it's something about her. Like, I've
It's-
always got that vibe. I've never said it out loud, but it just hit me just now.
No,
like,
she
yo, you
got
know what?
that.
Like,
She got the it.
yeah,
I mean, she has the it.
She has it. Yeah,
She
super
got
has
it. I mean,
she's always had it.
Yeah.
She had it.
Yeah, no, I really enjoy the record. I'm thinking her album should be coming soon. I know we talked about It Was Good Until It Wasn't back in season 1.
Yeah.
That was good. I preferred While We Wait from 2019.
Yes,
so
that was a heater.
I'm looking forward to her taking the music to the next level. And it seems like she's in a really good headspace right now. So I'm looking forward to it. Great track though.
What I want from her, real quick,
ahead.
what I want from her is I want her to get with some of the legends, like a Jonte or a Jermaine. Like, I would love to see her in that camp and to see what comes out of it. I'd
happened.
be curious.
Yeah.
Just like a really good writer producer duo, or like a few people.
Right.
I would love to see them just like do it. Let's do a whole Kehlani album.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a few people I'd like to see do that, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I would like to see sorry to get back to Chris Brown. I would love to see Chris Brown just do a theme. Just give me one time where you're giving me a theme and just go. That's
Yes.
the one thing I always felt like, I just want a theme album from Chris Brown.
I want to unplug from him.
Yeah, just
That
give
and a
me
thing, yeah.
just give me a vibe, like, and just give me a story. One time, not just a bunch of singles.
Yeah.
Just give me a story. Give me you, man. Like, I want to hear. You got so much to tell me. I know you got so much to tell
100%.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. Some new albums. Conway Ther Machine dropped God Don't Make Mistakes. I actually debuted on Vibe today. This past weekend rather, with a review on it. Thought it was good. Storytelling wise, very good storytelling. The production for me was a bit too repetitive, a bit too linear. He's very comfortable in the Alchemist Derringer type bag. But the story of it was great. Like, he was talking about some really powerful things, holding his dead unborn son, and obviously getting shot in 2012, and now half of his face paralyzed, and Bell's palsy, and just some really, really like heavy stuff there. So from that standpoint, I thought it was really good. Flow wise, production wise, he could experiment a little more. It's crazy. He dropped a project this week called Greetings Earthlings, where he's rapping on like Family Ties, Baby Keem, and Kanye West Jail, and Young Thug Hot, and he smoked it. And it's like, you have the capability to be more versatile. And on the album God Don't Make Mistakes, he had Hit Boy on there, he had Justice League on there, so the production could have been different. So it was kind of frustrating to see like you're capable of all of this, but you kind of stuck to what you're already known for and what feels comfortable, and that's hard
for artists.
It's very hard for an artist.
It's hard.
And you know what? In order for you to actually do that, you have to be comfortable in that space of like, I'm going to try something different. And you gotta like it. Some artists I feel like there's two types of artists. There's the if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
And then there's the artists that are gonna piss you off probably even more and keep trying things.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find that balance of things. I think a master at it is like a Drake. Like the way that he's like transitioned from album to album and sound to sound. When I listen to an old Drake record, I'm like, wow, that's the old Drake flow. But the fact that I can say that, you know what I mean? Like, wow, like that's the old thing. And then he transitioned really well.
Yes.
It's hard. It's a tough thing to do, man.
I think it's once you've established your sound and we know your signature sound, then I think it's very easy to go left, go right, wherever you want to go. Because I think about Kendrick immediately, first person that comes to mind is that he's intentionally, I'm going to do something different.
Right.
Because they said it was like the interview with him, or not the interview, but him and Dave Free was with Jay-Z, and they were just talking about the album, To Pimp a Butterfly. And I guess Kendrick and Dave said, yeah, we're about to piss off all the fans with this album we're about to drop.
Gotcha.
And Jay-Z was like, do it. So they can never put you in a box.
Right. I heard that before.
And I love how polarizing To Pimp a Butterfly is, because if anything is a conversation starter, right, there's you love it or you hate it. There's very few people in the middle on it.
Yes.
I'm a love it,
because
that's just like what I grew up on.
bag.
I love that sound, I love the bag. But then I also see how it contributes to his progression as an artist. He said a lot of things on To Pimp a Butterfly that we're going to be talking about in 30, 40 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I love then how he brought it back with Damn. And Damn was like, kind of like the next step of like a more grown West Coast feeling, like I'm on my it was just it was the next iteration, next chapter in the book.
Right.
And I think it hit home even more, because it's like you're driving on the road, you take this little detour. It's a fire detour.
Right.
And there's things there on this journey.
Right.
And then you get right back on the straightaway.
Right. And it was like, oh,
all
dope.
horses firing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's so true. That's super true. Yeah, he's good. He's good at that, man. He's
Yeah.
another one that's good at that.
For sure. Lastly, EARTHGANG Ghetto Gods came out today. Features from Future, J. Cole, J.I.D., Ari Lennox, CeeLo Green, Music Soul Child, Baby Tate. I think it is great. It is a very, very good album. EARTHGANG they're great. They're great. They rap extremely well. They're fun, high energy. They do different things. They're willing to try different things. There's soul to it. There's trap to it. They can get in the R&B bag, the melodic bag. Like they got a lot to them. So I thought Ghetto Gods was great. Feature Cole talking his shit. I love when J. Cole talks
Cole
his
is
shit.
spooky on that, right?
People be trying to talk down on J. Cole, and it's very weird.
I feel like that's old now. I feel like that's like
it still exists.
That's crazy.
It still
I
exists.
feel like you can't do that no more.
No, man.
Like, without sounding crazy.
Yeah.
It's
I feel like 3 years ago, maybe I would be like, be quiet. But now it's like, bro, that's like undeniable. Like you can't, like his feature. I remember there was a year of his features. We talked about it. Like, his features were just like insane. Like he smacked everything.
Yeah.
I don't.
Every last one.
Yeah.
Like, you remember when he came, what's the song? It's You Cannot Hit Mine. The one with Thug, right?
The London? Smoked it.
It's like when he came out with that, it's just like, yo, what are you on? And I think from there, that was probably like the peak of that. But Cole he's dangerous.
Cole's him, man. He's him. So stop talking crazy on Cole, because Cole not playing with y'all niggas no
That's
more.
a fact. That's
never
weird.
was,
That slander
really.
is so weird to me. I don't even get that.
Strange slander,
Yeah, I don't know. But that's our chat. Let's give a shout out to our employee of the month, my guy Meelz. Shout out to
Meelz?
you, my dog, creative director of RNC Radio Live, co-host of the A Show, The Lookout, and just overall really great dude. So shout out to you, my brother. But let's jump into this slide deck. before we get into our interview with our guest, Dev, we are going to play a fun game called Help Me, Devvon.
That's hilarious. You know, most people don't even know that's what HMD stands for.
I actually just learned this week.
That a lot of people have. They figure it out like when they go and go, oh, duh.
That shit is hilarious.
They just think I call it HMD. Yeah.
So, for those who don't know, Dev is a man of many talents. He's wise beyond his years. And so we feel like we're going to present him some situations where we need his help. And he is going to give us the best advice possible. Are you ready for the game?
I'm ready to give some
Are you ready
advice.
to test this man?
I am very excited for this. These are some good ones.
All right, so I just lost my girl to another dude.
All right.
Help me,
It's my
Devvon.
bag. So you want me to advice on that?
Yes.
You just lost your girl to another dude. Thank him. Just thank him.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Be glad that you actually were able to cut or find this out about her this soon. Because chances are there was something way more deep or that you didn't notice. If it's a surprise to you, then obviously there's something that there was a huge breakdown in communication that you didn't even know that there was an issue. So if another dude had the power to take your woman, just thank him.
Yeah.
No, there it is.
What's the phrase from back in the day? If you could bag my girl, you could have my girl.
You can. And I believe that. If you could take her, oh yeah, you deserve
she's
her.
yours.
She's yours, bro. She doesn't want to be with me.
Well, thank you.
So, someone that is stuck at sea in a life raft with no water. Help me, Devvon.
Oh man.
Call
Hey man,
God.
you know somebody named God?
Something about the name Jesus.
You might want to talk to him, bro. No water, fam. What you gonna do? You can't drink okay. So obviously a lot of people don't know this, but you can't drink seawater because it'll
Salt.
dehydrate you. It's salt, so you're dead there. Rainwater's too acidic. You are screwed. Maybe could you eat some fish and get water? No, you're done. You're done. I think I can't help you there.
You have to get some sort of liquid. What you could do is you have to get condensation.
Right.
You have to if you had some sort of plastic or something. I watch a lot of survival.
Okay,
shows.
no, and I feel like I've seen this.
This is where I got this.
Right. How do you survive that?
So there's a few ways you could get that, but condensation is like the quickest way. But the yield is like nothing.
Yeah, it's gonna take fucking forever to get like a drop, like
a few drops of water, right? So there's that. Yeah, there's just a bunch of different options, but you have to conserve energy. You have to worry about muscle atrophy because you're floating in the water.
Yes.
There's a lot of different concerns.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those 1,000 Ways to Die's vibes from back in the day. You remember those? Heck yeah.
This dude survived being 3 months by himself floating in the ocean. Survived.
He survived?
Survived.
How the heck did he was on a raft, I'm guessing, right?
In one of the
little buoy.
Yeah. But it was at a decent sized joint, like maybe the size of this whole floor.
Right, but he was in there for 3 months.
3 months.
crazy.
And he lived, bro.
I think 1917, there's a military movie that they survived. They was on a raft for like a while. And they were getting like water from like the shirt. Like they were doing some craziness. Wow. Like it was wild.
You get creative.
You get creative, yeah, to survive.
So let's say I always got bad breath, but I clearly don't know it.
Okay.
Help me, Devvon.
Man, if you're not aware and someone tells you,
Yeah.
Maybe
so someone tells you,
Yeah, like
go to the dentist. I feel like these are like simple things. Yo, go to the dentist and just have a conversation. Hey, there's an issue. You could have gingivitis. You can have a lot of things. There's
halitosis.
There's a lot of things. You can go and fix this. Go to the dentist. Go to the dentist. That is literally. I'm like, hey man, just go to the dentist, bro. You'll be all right.
Some people's breasts be rocking, and they clearly don't know, and it's such a awkward thing to tell someone. Like you try to be subtle and like offer them gum, but sometimes
that's usually the go-to.
Yeah,
You have to.
But
Yeah,
like someone be like, oh, like they get offended, like, oh, so you saying that my breast stink? Honestly, yeah. Yeah,
What do you want me to do?
Like, come on.
Usually, if somebody hand you the gum, then you know the vibes. Like, okay,
Yeah,
you know the vibes. Like you should know the vibes.
That's funny.
Simple fixes. These are very simple fixes.
All right. Someone that's looking for a performer for an event, but is only paying an exposure. Help me, Devvon.
Paying an exposure? Wow.
You know
Imagine
they love
going
that.
to Chase Bank with that one.
Cash or credit?
Which person am I? Am I the guy? Am
Hey,
I the
you could be-
performer or the promoter?
You're the performer.
I'm the performer, and I'm gonna get paid an exposure. Man, I wonder if it's Beyonce I'm opening up for.
Yes.
That is, on a more serious note, there are situations where you do things for free as an artist, and you're gonna do a lot of things for free as an artist when you up and coming and you're just trying to get exposure. I'm not gonna lie to you,
Right.
but there does come a point where it gets janky, and when it gets janky is when you start you're having to pay in order to get your slot. So if you get in a situation where you have to sell tickets, that's a really professional way of paying for get performing. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're gonna bring them $350, and then they go, okay, cool, you gotta sell those 15 tickets. That's $350. Then you can perform. It's another slick way of doing it. I've never been a fan of that, but at the same time, sometimes y'all, you gotta do what you gotta do. If it's worth it, then you gotta bite the bullet. You just gotta do what you gotta do.
Looking straight up. That's some good
So
help.
it depends on who you're opening for. It depends on that. Yeah, for sure.
Let's say I can't cook, but I'm always trying to have you taste different foods that I'm making.
Okay.
Help me, Devvon.
Which person am I? Am I the person that is unfortunately
You
tasting
are.
your food?
Yeah, you're the taste tester.
I'm the taste tester. I'm gonna say, hey man, let's just DoorDash. Just let's cut this out. Let's just order. There are people in the world that do this for a living. Let's just stop because you're gonna kill me. And I don't play with people that don't know how to cook because you can really kill someone. So I would say, yo man, let's just DoorDash. Or how about you taste your food? But then again, you probably suck at that too. I'm just gonna tell you every time, no. Just peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's you. That's your life.
I'm gonna go hit the bodega, grab a chopped cheese. Hey man, you cook.
That's a fact. Hey, you do your thing. You cook for you. Leave me out of it. Yeah.
All right, Devvon. I just spilled coffee on my white shirt, and I'm running to an interview, but I don't have time to change.
Right.
Help me, Devvon.
Man, I always have a stash. Like in my car, I got an extra shirt. I always have an extra shirt. I got an extra shirt on me right now for no reason. Like, always have an extra shirt. If you spill coffee, it is a dub. You got to go buy a sweater or something like that. That's the first thing I do is go buy something. I'll go to like Snipes is right down the block. I've done it before. I've gone right to them and say, oh, I messed up. Go buy something because it's not you can do. Or you could tie dye. You could just start to make a design and say, I'm doing something different. But now you're going to smell like coffee and there's going to be fruit flies all over you. So just go buy a new shirt, bro. There you go.
This one's one of my personal favorites because it's the bane of my existence. Someone DMs you, and they don't send any music. They don't even introduce themselves. They just say, "Let's work."
You send me just let's work, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably send you like a Missy Elliott gif. I'll just send you like a work gif and that's it. And I'll let you go. I like to give people the rope and just let them kind of, not saying let them drown, but I like to let them know like, look what you, like poke fun. Like, yeah, here we go. So I would just literally send a Missy Elliott work gif.
Oh my God.
Back at you. Let's work. I'm like, oh, I did it. I killed it.
Yeah, my favorite is saying work on what? Like
work on. That's when you open it up and they go, nah, you see, I'm trying to like, that's when you get into that bag and now they're going to tell you their whole vision and just a work gif. Just works.
That's a very helpful, helpful advice from a helpful guy.
Thank you for all the advice. Good man.
No problem.
So let's get into you. From what I understand, you grew up in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
right?
I'm Brooklyn.
Grew up in Brooklyn. So yeah, talk about just to come up in Brooklyn. You know, family, all that. What you were interested in as a youth.
Right. So I grew up in Brooklyn, Brownsville to be specific, which is known as a pretty fun part of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. I was just one of those kids, man, that was I always wanted to do different things. I had my friends in the hood, of course. I love my friends, but I was always the weird one. I always did music. Like I always did music as a kid, and I was always like the really nerdy kid. Like I remember building my first computer from scratch because we couldn't, I couldn't get one. Like I just always did that type of stuff. I remember having Hip Hop Music Maker for all my FL Studio people out there.
Wow.
That was the first one. And I always just was just doing stuff like that. So I was always that kid that just always questioned and tried things. I was the president of my high school class. Like I just always wanted to be different. Like I always wanted to stand out. And I feel like it's worked for me and hurt me at the same time. But I think it's paid off for the most part.
How does it hurt you?
You know why? Because the fact that I enjoy trying to stand out, it doesn't allow me to take a break or turn it off. You understand what I'm saying? Like I've learned as an adult now when to be like, I'm cool. I don't need to like, you know what I mean? But when I was younger, I really, really liked to stand out. In college, I was a DJ in college. Why? I had I wanted a house off campus. I was the only guy with a studio on campus. Like I always was trying to make money. I just like to work. I think I really enjoy work and keeping myself busy. And I think that's where if I'm down, it's because I'm not busy enough. I feel like I'm not challenged. So I really need to keep challenging myself every day with stuff. This studio is a product of being bored.
Look at what you did.
Yeah, man. Like, but it's like I said, it's work for me. But at the same time, I need to learn in my life balance and how to, relax, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Take your time and be happy for what you have, and that's it. So, yeah.
Well, where'd you go to college?
So I went to my first degree. I went to Delhi University Upstate.
Okay.
If you know, you know. Near Oneonta and stuff.
Yeah.
I got my degree in computer information systems, and
wow.
I remember I had the studio off campus. I was the DJ. I was doing music on the campus, and I remember sitting there like I had a song on campus that was going crazy and stuff like that. And I was
Hey.
like, "Yo, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life." I was like, "I don't want to sit behind a computer." So I left and went to Florida. Shout out to my mom, and I went to Full Sail University.
Okay.
Yeah, dope.
And I'm a Full Sail alumni.
Oh,
and
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's so
I'm a
cool.
Full Sail guy.
I thought about going there.
Oh, yeah?
low-key.
Everyone-
For a second.
everyone did,
For a
yeah,
second. After school, I was like, I low-key might want to go to Full Sail.
Full Sail's
Like,
amazing.
I thought about it.
Yeah.
Wow,
Full Sail's
okay.
my spot. So I went to Full Sail University, got my degree in audio, and man, I've been running ever since, bro. Like straight up. Like I have a long journey, man, of just like housing market crashed. I graduated. Like that's where it all starts. Like
you're one
I
of those
graduated
folks. Dang.
during the housing market crash. So 2008. I'm old as shit.
Wow.
It sucked. That was a rough time. That was
Yeah.
a really rough time.
Yeah, no.
Heck yeah.
I remember being young and just hearing about the recession, and all
Right.
that, and just being like, I don't know what this means. It's not really affecting me,
Right,
but,
right.
but it was talked about on the news every day.
Yeah,
and-
it was the worst time. If you were a college graduate, they literally there's statistics on the effects of what that did for that graduating class around that time, and they say it's caused long-term damage to our financial futures. It was really bad. No one was hiring. I had 2 degrees and I was a camp counselor.
Wow.
And I had to struggle for that job. I was making $230 every 2 weeks, $230 every 2 weeks,
2 weeks?
because they only gave 3 hours a day.
Wow.
And that was the best job I could find. So
God.
it was tough, man. It was hard to wake up those days. And I mean, my girl left me. Like, it was a tough, yo, this was a tough time.
Wow.
But I bought a DSLR camera and hit the ground running. I was doing videos for everybody and eventually was able to, bro, it was a long journey. But I appreciate it, like, so much, like, that whole thing.
I'm curious to hear more about it. That's I
got you. Uh-huh.
Wait, so real quick, so family background, are you music people around
No,
you?
not
So
a soul.
Are you an only child?
No, my dad was one of them dudes. I am one of 4 from my dad,
Right.
and then I'm one of 2 from my mom. So I just have a sister from my mom, and then I got 2 sisters and a brother from my dad.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, I grew up in a very lively kind of environment. Like grandma lived down the block, I lived on the corner. Yeah, I grew up with just a single mom, like
Okay,
single mom kind of
gotcha.
vibe, and that was it.
So then after school, after your first degree, you went to Florida, Full Sail.
Yeah.
After Full Sail, housing market, done.
Toilet done,
Cooked.
Right.
Came back to New York?
Back to New York. So
Back to Brownsville?
back to Brownsville. Actually, Bed-Stuy at that time. She had just moved in with her husband, and it was like 6 of us in this one apartment.
Bloody
That was tough, man. Coming back to that crib, it almost makes me emotional because the vision of that, like, I remember bringing my bags up to those stairs and like, yo, I am at like 0. Like, what just happened? And I remember just waking up and feeling terrible because it's like, yo, I have nothing to do. And it was like, I felt bad looking at my mom every day because she's invested so much in me and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So, yeah, it was really, really hard, man. But we figured it out, bro. Like, straight up, just figured it out. I was signed to a label in Florida. Like, everything seemed like it was working. I wound up being classmates with a really rich guy. And I rapped for him one day, and he was like, yo, I want to sign you. And I was like, all right, relax. And I found out his dad was like one of the richest men in like Japan. And so I was living on this ranch with a $3 million studio for like a year doing music. And it was crazy. It was dope. I was like, yo, I'm doing something. And, and then I remember there was a situation that happened and we all got kicked out. It was a long story, but somebody kicked us out of that spot and was like, I can't be here no more. And I had to go back to New York. And I was going back, housing market crash in the middle of it. So it was just like, dang. So everything just went in the toilet and I was just back to square one with mom. Yeah.
I remember on one of the Need to Know episodes, you told this story and it stuck with me. The shoes that you wore. That pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Can you just tell our listeners that story? Because I just want to hear it again. It was crazy.
You get me emotional.
I'm sorry.
Nah, it's all good, man. It's all good. So, when I was working for $230 every 2 weeks, I saved up enough money to buy a Canon T2i. And what the Canon T2i was just a DSLR, it's a camera, but I knew if I got that camera, I could start to do videos for people. I was making $230 every 2 weeks. Finally got this camera. First video, $200. I said, this is it. I just made in a day what I made in 2 weeks. So I started to invest more in that. I was saving so much money to keep buying equipment, lenses, get better. I only had 1 pair of sneakers. I kept these pair of sneakers for 2 years. And it was so embarrassing because the bottom of the shoe, I never forget, I would try to hide it from people. I always never like to like walk in front of people. I would like to like walk in back of them because you could tell on the back of the shoe that it was messed up. It was mauled. Wow. If it rained, it was a wrap. You know what I'm saying? It was really bad. So I would double my socks and stuff like that. And I keep these shoes to this day, and I have them like in a special place. And it always reminds me of, you know, like where you come from and how hard this is, and like, you know, just humble yourself. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta humble yourself, because all of the stuff that I have, it can all be taken away from me. And man, it's just a humbling experience. The shoes, like, you know what I mean? For me to still have that is so funny to me. It's like, yo, I still keep these. They were a pair of Supras. And they're mangled, man. When I see those shoes today, I'm like, Lord, what is this, man? So those shoes will always be with me. I will show my children these shoes one day. Like, this is hard work. Like, this is sacrifice. This is sacrifice.
That's hard to me. That's hard to, like you said, just putting away everything, putting away your pride, putting away, you know, just even I can only imagine, right? I can only imagine.
I'm not thinking about women. I'm not thinking about.
I'm
not thinking about impressing. You know, it's just like I have a goal.
I have to get out of this circumstance.
Right. I'm fighting to get out of a circumstance, man. So yeah, the shoes, and you know, and shout out to my mom, because after a while, after like 2 years, she was like, I'm getting you some shoes. And I was screaming. Like, I was stuck in that. You know what I mean? I was stuck in, I can't buy anything. And she bought me a pair of shoes. And I never forget, like, putting on those fresh shoes. Like, wow. I haven't had fresh shoes in mad long. Like, so shout out to my mom, man. She's always supported me, man. She gave me my first $1,000 to invest in my music career. And it paid off, like, straight up. She didn't give me that $1,000, I wouldn't be here.
Wow. Yeah, man. The tunnel vision has paid off, man. You're a successful artist, touring the country. Obviously got this studio. Like, just what does it feel like to be where you're at now? Like, that gratification of knowing that you committed to something and it paid off.
Right. I think it applies to everything in my life now. You know what I mean? Like, when I see what I have accomplished, and I sit back and I'm like, damn, I can't believe that. Like, look at this. I start to apply it to other things. So now I'm really applying it to the second part of my life, where it's like business, and I'm having fun with business. You know what I mean? And I don't let myself get beat up on things. And you know, I try to be a good man. You know, that's my biggest thing. I always try to take accountability for things. You know, you know, if I make mistakes, I always try to correct them. I always try to, you know, I just want people to remember me and see me as someone that's honest with them, and someone that just no nonsense. You know, you know I'm not bullshitting you, and you know I can take accountability. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna tell you I'm wrong. If I'm not, I'll argue with you. But at the same time, if I'm wrong, man, it's no but after. Anything after what's the saying? Anything after but is bullshit. So you know how to say about yada yada but bullshit. Just take it, eat it. You made a mistake, and that's it. So I really like to take accountability for like actions that I do and stuff like that. That's what that whole process has taught me.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So tell me, what was that moment? So you was grinding, you was making your videos, getting that 200, you getting your skills up, getting your prices, getting your equipment. What was that moment where you're like, you felt like I finally broke out into the next chapter where things are going again? And
right.
Like,
it broke out for me when one, I saved up enough money to finally, I wound up catching a decent job. I wound up becoming a pawn broker. I had to say that very slow because my grandmother used to think I was saying porn broker.
No, grandma.
No, grandma. So I wound up becoming a pawn broker, and that wound up being enough money for me to make a decent living. So I used that money to then buy a studio. The studio was it was smaller than this room, much smaller than this room. But I wound up recording everybody from the hood. I wound up being able to buy more equipment, you know, shooting videos. I was doing everything. If you go to the Bronx, I promise you, if you be like, yo, you know Devvon, bro, Devvon used to shoot all our videos. Had people recording with me in the whole nine. And then eventually the moment where it was like, aha, was the day I said, I think it's time to quit my job. And I was able to quit my job and do that full time. So that was that second part of, okay, I'm getting out of the simulation. I don't want to say simulation because having a 9-to-5, there's nothing wrong with that. I want to tell people that because that's a common misconception. I don't like when people do that. But it was the first time I was finally like, wow, at least I'm in the music industry doing, you know, at least I'm in what I like. I'm around music. You know what I mean? So that was the first time when I quit my job.
We're in a space that I really want to talk about. I feel like I'm there sometimes, a lot of the time. So our mom, we talk about it. What is it like, or what headspace were you in, what that bring you the clarity to say, it's time, I'm out of the 9 to 5. I'm fully into my path. Because a lot of people, I think, one, prematurely do it and regret it.
Right.
Some people wait too long and may miss a moment and realize that like that's 75% of the time that you're making up. Like if you quit, you could be 100 and going to just the next level.
Right.
So like what were the metrics you used to make this decision make sense?
I totally understand your mindset when you say metric because you're absolutely right. That's how you should look at it. Like when you're about to embark on something like that, 'cause it's a big jump. And some people be like, do it with no plan. So see it like for me, I transitioned. So it was like
the transition.
Right. It was a transition. So it was like I was working, doing a bunch of stuff. I was getting bigger gigs. Then I was like, okay, I can go part-time in my job because it was starting to get to a point where like, dang, if I didn't go to work today, I would have made more money. That's how you start to see the shift. So I was like, dang, this week, if I did ABC with the studio, I would have made 800 as opposed to the 400 I would have made at my job. So then when I started seeing those types of trends in my finances, I said, oh, all right, I need to start considering this. So then I said, I'm gonna go part-time. So now I only work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm good. Now I was able to travel, go shoot this, go record this person, go in this studio. And then eventually it got that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday was clicking so well, I was able to eventually just shift and just completely go full time. So it was seeing that balance of, oh, I'm making more money on the other thing now, starting to happen, That was it.
So it was for you was seeing like the actual numbers, So like just looking at numbers. This is a business. This makes sense for me to not be at work with that time.
Right.
Next question. Sorry, this is now I'm getting.
No, I love this, man. Yeah, man.
Next question.
Yeah.
Is which of your creative skills, you are a multi-hyphenate in all capacities, which of your skills did you feel like while you was grinding yielded you the biggest financial output?
Oh, I think it was videos, man.
Okay.
Like I got really sick with videos really fast. And so I started to direct a lot of videos, and back then I was shooting maybe 500 a pop for a video. I was cheap in the hood, but I'd come with lights. I'd come with 4K capabilities. Back then that was like, you shoot 4K, I'm like, I got 4K. Like, you know what I mean? Like I knew what to, bro, that was making me bread. Like shooting videos, if I could shoot 3 videos a month, that's $1,500. You understand what I'm saying? And my rent was $700, like for my studio.
Yeah.
And I was living in that studio, by the way, in a room this big, and they didn't know.
In the Bronx.
Wow. It was in Brooklyn, thankfully. It was in Brooklyn. It was actually right down, it's not far from here, actually, as a matter of fact. So I would shower at Planet Fitness, got a $20 subscription to Planet Fitness. That's why I take my showers, and then I pull up to the studio and I sleep there. And they didn't know. Like, you wasn't supposed to sleep at there. It's commercial space. Yeah. So I just keep that low. And I wouldn't even talk to my neighbors because I didn't want them to notice, he doesn't leave. Like, he's here all day. You know what I mean? Like, so it was ducking and dodging the landlord.
Wow.
Like, so, but it paid off, man. It worked out.
How long with that?
So the next phase of holy crap, my artistry it happened. I posted a video called Jumpman. I did a remix.
Okay.
And I remember I had a conversation with my manager. He was like, just keep it simple. You always want to do all these blah, blah, because I was dope. Like, I knew how to shoot video. So I would always do crazy. I would do Usher covers and I would be hanging off the ceilings. I would do all these crazy things.
Was up.
So he said, just put a mic in front of you and just sing the song. And I was like, that is not going to work. I put that mic in front of me and I sang that remix. And I remember looking at my phone like, what is happening? And it popped, and everybody, my friends, family, like, what's going on? And then I was like, oh, I think I figured it out. And the next one I posted was 679 by Fetty Wap, and it was to the moon. And after that happened, I wound up going on tour with Futuristic. Yeah. And I was the remix guy. I was starting to throw out my original music. I was building a fan base. The first moment of that transition, where it was like, oh, this is real. I just did an album with Futuristic, and I remember he said, yo, I'm gonna send you the first payment for the album. The sales came in. And it was a check for $20,000.
Oh my God.
And at that moment right there, I called my mom. And I was like, when I come back home, we're moving. And that was all she wrote.
That's, wow. That's why we do it.
About to have me tearing up, bro.
That's why we do it.
Yeah, I remember I was in the tour van, and I remember he sent it, and I was like, what is, I've never seen this in PayPal. I was like, what do I do? Like,
you think it's broke. I'm like somebody sent me something on accident.
What has happened? I was like, holy crap. And it life-changing, and we wound up moving, into a beautiful beautiful apartment, and life began, man. You know, and then I was full-time musician, man. You know, doing shows, touring, and just grinding. Like the grind began there, but fun. You know what I mean? Like it was fun.
That's so dope, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. You're taking me down the whole thing,
man.
man.
This is how we uncover the greatness, man. We gotta talk through the mud a little bit and get to that because there's beauty in that. And,
man.
And you appreciate the Chelsea boots now.
Oh yeah, come on, man. Oh yeah, come on, man. You gonna see me my shoes, man? I got shoes for your head top, boy.
You gonna proudly walk in front of you
I'm
now.
gonna walk in front of you now. Yeah, look what I'm happy about. I can walk in front of you.
That's dope.
So one thing I really admire about you is you are very generous with your insight, your wisdom, your platform. You know, taking leavings under your wing. Yeah. Even though y'all be going at it, it's hilarious.
Oh, I love it. That's my dude, bro. That's my guy, man. Like I don't even like to call him my little brother. He's my dude. You know what I mean? Like he's an equal. You know what I mean? Like he's amazing. He's talented and he's killing it. And I just want him to cut through all the nonsense that I dealt with. You know what I mean? Like he needs a lawyer. I got that figured out for. You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. I didn't have that.
Absolutely.
You know? So I just think that it's just like I'm invested into him and his future. And I spoke to his parents. Like that's something that's like I'm told him like, yo, I'm telling y'all, just trust me, he's good with me. Like, you know what I mean? And that's it.
Absolutely.
So super proud of him. He's talented beyond his years. Like way more talented than me when I was his age. And I just, I'm there just as support. That's literally all I am for me. Just support. Like that's it. So I'm supporting him in his journey.
People understand it, like especially black folks. Like most of us, we got the talent, we got the ability.
Right.
It's the information and the wherewithal.
Yes.
And we restart every generation.
Right.
Because that's just it's just what it was.
We don't pass it down, man. We don't give it back. Like
every other culture doesn't.
Every other culture. That's why, like with y'all, with even the people that work here, for instance, like everybody, I know everybody's goals, like internally. Even just with them doing podcasting or doing a recording studio or doing anything in here, I know their goals. So I always try to like put them in positions here to keep them happy, because I understand how a work environment should be, where I should be catering to your goals. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say you getting a check. No, humans are not married, motivated by that. So I try to incentivize everybody that, I don't even like to say they work for me. She knows. I just say, yo, we have a mutual, we have a mutual
agreement.
We have a mutual goal. It's like, you need this, I need this. Let's work, and if I can put you in better positions, I will. Like that's it. So that's how I just like
Devvon.
Help. Yeah,
help me, Devvon.
The whole point of this place is just help, man. Helping creators. Like we like to prove work as an incubator, for talent like you guys. Like I hope to take your podcast and it gets huge, and then to say, yo, y'all need your own spot. I'll help you build it.
Yes.
That's my goal with all of you guys. Like I want y'all to know that, because at some point you gotta leave. You gotta grow. You gotta grow past me, So I want to be a part of your journey, and if I can be an incubator to give you a safe environment, to be consistent, to give you quality, and give you just a peace of mind, like we're good. That's how things grow.
Wow. What does a day in the life of Devvon Terrell look like, man? What does a day in the life look like today?
So Monday is my clerical day.
Okay.
So my week is broken up into sections. So Monday is clerical day. That's when I handle all paperwork stuff, contract signing, agreements, anything that I need to do from a clerical work, even paying parking tickets. That's Monday. Tuesday is my music day. And basically that's just a day just dedicated to just making music. So I just let myself have freedom to make music. Wednesday is podcast day. That's NTK. Thursday is my content day and HMD Studio day. So that's when I handle anything HMD Studio wise and make content for TikTok and stuff. And then Friday is my house day. That is the day where I just tend to my house, fix things that need to be fixed, light bulbs, blah, blah. And then the weekend is mine. That is literally my life in a nutshell. It's broken up.
When Tuesday comes around and you're not feeling creative,
right?
What do we do?
I'll dip in, I'll call him, or and let him bother me, or I'll dip into something else. Like I'll say, okay, well, I'll do Thursday thing. I'll do more of the Thursday thing, which is make TikTok content. I'm like, well, what am I in the mood for? And I'll kind of just free up. So maybe now Thursday will be free. So I've made this, and I've just did this. I'm just gonna let you know, I've just found this kind of system for myself, and I realized like, wow, because I would wake up every day and there's 1,000 different things, that I could pull from. So now I've organized it into this structure, and I like it because everything is, you know, I wake up and just know my thing, and then I got time to work out in the morning. Like I'm starting to get older, and I'm starting to realize like the mind. And you know how you ever feel like older people, they start to get into like this peace and mental. Like I'm really getting there where it's like, bro, there's so much noise.
It starts there.
Yeah, I need to control the chaos. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at right now. So that's why it's broken up like that.
That's amazing.
That's super dope.
I want to get to that point.
No, that's the beauty. That's the beauty in all of this. So, what is for those who don't know, explain to people the actual portfolio of Devvon Terrell and like what you've built out to this day. Like from, I mean,
right.
For someone who has a clerical day and is doing all that, you know, explain to them what is within the portfolio right now as an entrepreneur.
So first we'll start with, for instance, Devvon Terrell LLC. That is my music business where basically under that umbrella, obviously putting out songs, putting out singles, doing content for brands, also doing music and for film and TV. I recently just got a placement in Free Guy, the movie. If you listen to the very first song you hear, that's me.
Congrats, man.
Listen to that.
Yes,
Thank you, man.
Yes,
so I've had stuff in like Power, Pepsi. So that business is basically me as just a songwriter, music, stuff like that. Then we have the Help Me Devvon side of everything, where I have a huge YouTube channel where I just deliver a bunch of information, tips and tricks on the very nerdy, technical stuff, audio-wise, and I'm expanding that brand. We sell a bunch of different digital products, and now we just expanded that to HMD Studios, where we're sitting here now, and I'm basically just trying to create facilities for creators, and that's my new goal off of that. So HMD Studio is the third thing that I'm kind of doing and just getting into more business. So I'm having fun and I'm just using my likeness to leverage to create more things. That's what I'm doing right now. So that's it.
Man got entities.
And a short and sweet like way to say it. Like,
Entities.
yeah, that's the entity. So that's my other. So it's just really two entities at the moment. Yeah.
And with regards to HMD, like, what was the process in putting this amazing place together? Like finding it and then you know, getting all the equipment and putting these fake clouds up and all that. Like what was the process?
So what's funny is my partner just walked in. That's funny. Kev, shout out
What's
Kev.
up? What's up,
Has to do with Kev, who is part owner in the spot with me. And basically it was, I think it was during the pandemic was going on, right? Or not yet. It was going on. Yeah. It was going on. And yeah, it wasn't as hot, but it was like, oh, there's COVID out there. And him and I, Levens were actually on the phone talking. We were talking a lot during this time period, like laughing and stuff like that. And he was like, yo, I'm honestly just trying to make a studio. And I was like, yo, me too. I've always been looking for the right person to partner with because I know with everything I have going on, I can't do it by myself. So him and I started talking about it, and I ain't gonna lie, if it wasn't him, I probably wouldn't have done it because I remember in the moment of him like, yo, let's go see places. And I was like, oh yeah, I could do that because I'm serious. I said it out loud, so yeah, let's go see it. And I remember he got me, and we was out there looking at places, and I remember like coming to the spots, and I was like, yo, I'm about to do this. Like,
this is real.
Are we gonna do this? Like, and he was gun ho, so it made me go, all right, cool. Like, we could do this. And we came to this place, and we was like, we saw it. We immediately was like, it made me confident. I was like, oh, this is gonna work. Like, this is a no-brainer. So, just coming up with the idea, and I wanted to have a specific signature for HMD Studio, and the clouds was something that I felt like would be a very special signature, along with the 8-foot LED screen, instead of like a typical TV. I just wanted to create a new podcast space where it wasn't the table and chairs and it felt really, you know, empty. I wanted it to have some essence of a conversation and stuff like that. So that's how this whole place came up. And now we're seeing that all over the place with podcasts where it's like more homey, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. So yeah.
No, definitely your aesthetic, I think, breathes into this. You know,
for sure.
I feel I definitely feel it.
Yeah. It's like, yo, bro, like, you know, I just wanted to be like, yo, I'm in a nice, like when you bring your guests, they're like, oh, this is not like, I want your guests to say that. Yeah.
Oh, this is
because you see it on social media and it looks really dope, and then you step in and you're like,
whoa, right.
This is real.
You see the monitor and you're like,
larger than life. You know what I mean? You look up in the cloud, you're like, wow, there's clouds and chandeliers, and it feels like a gallery. Like, yeah. So even everything in here is so specific and purposeful. There's a reason why there's not a Biggie poster on the wall. You know what I mean? Like, or any artwork that could give you any ideation, like any. I just want your mind to be clean. You know what I'm saying? And let you interpret all this mess yourself. You know, I want you to be like Brooklyn or Detroit. Like, no, I just want you to come in here and be clean and just open-minded, like when you walk into the space. So that's what this is all about. That's what inspired this.
Besides when you record Need to Know on Wednesdays, how often are you here?
So shout out to the staff because they're ill. I don't have to be here that much anymore. So I used to be here like all the time when we first started because obviously we was all working out the bugs and stuff like that. But now, man, we got such a good staff and such a good system clicking. I come on need to know days, bro. Like that's and I love that, man. Like you don't understand. You as a business owner, like it took a while to get there, but man, we got there. You know what I mean? And now we can just copy and paste. Like now we know every problem that we run into. We just understand how this thing works, and we can move like that, and that's it. So yeah.
So I know you got a project coming soon, Boys Don't Cry. So we gotta talk about that, man.
Yes.
Like, you know, the Boys Don't Cry single is obviously great.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
So like, what's the meaning behind, you know, making it from the single to the project title,
right?
And just like what's like exciting you about, you know, the rollout and just putting this project out.
So I just put out a trailer.
I peeped,
for the project, and basically, you know, in the trailer, I finally let everybody know what this is about and what this whole project is surrounded by is my family. And it's really me paying homage to my family in the sense of these are the people that raised me. This is the village that created me. And I wanted to make a project where, one, I was paying respects to my grandfather who passed last year. And I wanted to just show everyone this family is the reason why I think like this song better, or this song Let It Go, or this is why I feel this way on Popular. And there's these little awesome moments on the end of certain songs where I'm giving you those moments into my family. The intro is really dope. You'll hear that intro and go, wow. And that's basically what this project is about. It's about the village that raised me, and the reason why I think this way are these songs. You know what I mean? These songs are the products of the family that raised me. So at the end of those songs, you hear and go, oh wow. You know what I mean? You hear me like, you know what I mean? It's just, all makes sense. Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah. One question we like to ask our artists that come through is, if you had to make a Devvon Terrell Essentials playlist, it probably exists. Apple probably made you one already.
I've seen it. This is Devvon Terrell.
Right. I'd be mad at someone. I'm like, no, what are you doing?
So what 6 songs would you put on a Devvon Terrell Essentials?
Oh man, I'd put Take Me Serious. I'd put Why So Serious. Apparently I like the word serious. I'd put Brand New Drug. It's one of my favorite records I've done. Honeymoon Phase.
Okay.
How many songs? That's 4?
4, yeah.
Honeymoon Phase. Oh my gosh, what else? Oh, Temperature. 5. Sorry, thank you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Temperature. That's one of my classic records. It is
going crazy
more
out there in Chicago, right? That's where Temperature's going crazy.
Temperature.
Chicago?
It was a big record. 2018, 2018, and 2017. Sorry, my bad. Shout out to my people knowing. Shout out to y'all, man.
Yeah,
gang,
they
gang, man.
stuff.
I got friends. What? I didn't know. I think the last record. What would you say? Let me just ask that. Homewrecker. I like Homewrecker.
Homewrecker's good.
Homewrecker's different. I like that. Homewrecker. I'll say Homewrecker.
Okay.
Yeah, Homewrecker.
All right.
Or a record I have called 4 a.m. Between those two.
Okay.
Yeah. Or 4 a.m. Yeah.
My last question, I think we'll get a lot of value out of this because, so we had Eric Penn on, and he is another brother who's on the other side of 30 and was sharing a lot of wisdom about being an artist, specifically as a black man, and was talking about things making sense and things clicking. And both of you, I think, are in a great place. I think obviously have a lot of things going for yourself, confident in who you are, and really know who you are.
Right.
And so maybe this extends to life, maybe it extends to you as an artist, but like, with all your creative endeavors and who you are as a person, when did it make sense to you? When did things like, I get this, like I get life, I get what I'm trying to do, and I know how to do it. Like, when did that make sense to you?
I think it made sense to me when I created the Weirdo brand, and I remember before anything popped off, there was this. I was at the radio station, and I was up there. I was like, "Yo, it's your boy Devvon Terrell. I'm the Living Weirdo." And I remember this lady that was in the station said to me, she said, "That'll never work." She said, "That'll never work. I don't know why you do that." She's like, "That's not gonna work. No one's gonna care for that." And I said, she made me think about it, you know, and it bothered me a lot. That always sat with me. I never forgot it. But I'm glad that subconsciously I stuck with it because it wound up being everything. You understand what I'm saying? Like and so many people wind up connecting to that. So for me, to anybody that's watching and you have a brand or you have something you call yourself or you identify with something specifically, just stick to your guns. Because I'll tell you, as a creative, you can sell anything. Like
straight up.
On the other side, like not to sound like dirty salesman, but genuinely you can sell anything as long as we believe you. And that's what it's all about for me. So it's just like, that was the moment where I was like, oh wow, I forgot about that. That lady told me this, and look, this is the bane of the existence. Look, I'm selling out merch, and tours are called Weird Nights, and you know what I'm saying? So for me, stick to your guns. Just stick to your guns, bro. Whatever it is, stay busy. Whatever is your brand, stick to your guns, because that's what's true to you, bro. Just stick to your gun. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, like what is it, ASAP Mob? Like, okay, if I told you that, you'd be like, what does that mean? But it works. You know what I'm saying? Because I sold it. So
It's
I think
real.
anything can be sold. It's human nature. We can sell anything.
Love it.
Yeah.
So you're a man. Obviously, you got your hands in a lot of different things, and you're super successful. What's next for Devvon Terrell, man?
Man, you know what it is? What's next for me is anything after this in my life is extra.
Wow.
For real, man. I get emotional about it because, you know, I always want more. But at the same time, I feel like I reached a point in my life where it's just like, bro, you got to take time and have moments and enjoy what you have created.
Yes.
So so I just feel like in my head, it's just like, yo, bro, anything other than this is extra. I bought my house. I got my pool in the backyard. I got my driveway. You know, I got my family.
Yeah.
Everybody's alive. Everybody's healthy. I got my health. I have great friends. You know what I mean? I'm around great people. So for me, it's like, yeah, I'm working hard. I can't not challenge myself every day. But Lord, man, I have to say to myself, like, everything else is extra, bro. Like, what more could I ask for, bro, from life? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I really can't, man. Like, I'm be honest with you. I want more. Don't get it twisted. I'm fighting. You know, like I'm fighting like I ain't got nothing. But it's all extra at this point, bro. Everything is extra, bro.
There's a difference between contentment and complacency.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Totally different.
And I am not the complacent guy. I yell at my mom, like, hey, your life isn't over. You still got things to do.
Yeah.
Get up. Like, coming home and watching Love and Hip Hop that's not the vibe.
Yeah.
I want you to do something else. Like, let's do something else. You're not done. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm big on that. I'm real big on people around me, like, yo, you're not done. Like, get up. But yeah, man, but you stop and smell the flowers. You know what I mean? Like, that's important too. So I'm learning that now. Yeah.
Wow.
Man, well, thank you so much for pulling up, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
for your
thank you for
time.
having me, man.
What a great conversation. Inspiration for all of you.
For real.
Stick to your guns. Keep going.
Stick to your guns.
So, with that, for Devvon Terrell, the incredible owner of HMD Studio, thank you for this space. Thank you
This
for
is
allowing
amazing
us to be
space,
here, man. It's taken us to the next level, and
Good.
yeah,
I'm glad. I'm glad. I just want you to know that's always the goal. I'm trying to get you out of here. If that makes any sense.
For the kombucha king that makes your heart sing, Nick Early,
What up, y'all?
and for the founder of Ball Nigga Ballers, Armand Sadler, we want you to stay safe, stay humble, and stay busy.
Baby girl, how you feeling? I've been out in the world, staying busy, taking time, getting right if you miss me. I've been out in the world, staying busy.
Mondays 9 a.m. Party with the gang. Every week, tell a friend. Busy over everything. Busy boys, how they call now? Ain't you heard? Got the vibes. They put you on. Got the slides. I'm the size. When in doubt, no, we hold it down.
Baby girl, how you feeling? I've been out in the world, staying busy, taking time, getting right if you miss me. I've been out in the world, staying busy.